Good afternoon, I'm Santa Vito Situmorang. I'm from Robotic Engineering Study Program, and in this video, I would like to present the midterm project in Computer Vision course, that is Image Classification with Machine Learning Pipeline. So, the main purpose of this project is to classify the digit or letters in extended MNIST dataset using SVM and HOG feature extraction. So, there are several steps that I will do, like process the raw dataset, implement HOG feature extraction, implement supervector machine classifier, and at the end, evaluate the performance metrics like accuracy, F1 score, and so on. The first step that I do in this project is to prepare the dataset. In MNIST dataset, there are a lot of data. So in this project, I just take the 2,600 samples and make sure it balanced for each class. There are 26 class, and each class contain 100 samples of data. And then process the dataset and visualize the image, and then shuffle the dataset before processing to make sure the learning process is learning from the randomly data. And then split the dataset, 80% for training and 20% for testing. We can jump to the program. So the program is start by import the all packages or library that I need for this project, like NumPy, Matplotlib, Seaborn, Skylearn, and SkyImage, and so on. And then the next step is to import the dataset, from the MNIST letters, image and labels, and then visualize the sample of the dataset. In this dataset, I visualize the letters with the class 12, and in this process, in this step, the class is start from 1. So we need to reorder the data to start by 0. So this class will be 11, like that. And if we run it again, we can see the other sample of the MNIST dataset, like that. And the next step is to make sure the size of the data that we import. There are a lot of data from the raw MNIST dataset, and like I said before, we should to reorder the data, the class index, that before start from 1, and now we order it to start by 0, like that. And then from a lot of data, we should to take only 2,600 data, and this process will do that thing. There are 26 class, and each class we also take the 100 data. So the data will be balanced 100 for each class. And to make sure the data quantity, we can print the length of the data, X subset and Y subset, and the quantity of X subset and Y subset is 2,600. And then we can double check it, with the visualize the bar chart, So in this bar chart, we can see in x-axis there are 26 class, and for each class there are the 100 dataset, and it balanced for each class. The next step is to shuffle the dataset. This process is to make the learning process is learning, so the algorithm will be learning by the randomly dataset, like that. And don't forget to split the dataset with the ratio is 0.2, 20% for testing and 80% for training. And to make sure the quantity of the splitting dataset, we can print the quantity of the dataset. So for the training, there is 2,080 dataset, and for the test, there are 520 dataset. And move to the next step, that is feature extraction. On this step, I using the HOG feature extraction, and then change the default parameter of HOG feature extraction, like the orientation, pixel per cells, and cells per block. Let's check in the program. So at this beginning of this process, I will extract the one sample from the dataset. I take the data from the 0 ID in dataset. I take the data and then reshape it to 28 by 28, and then orientation is 9, pixel per cells is 4 by 4, and cells per block is 2 by 2, and through the visualize and black norm is L2 norm. And then plot it by pyplot, and as you can see, this is the bar chart of the HOG data from the X-train with 0 index, like that. And to extract the feature from the a lot of data, we should to make the sum function that it will be running a looping for each image. So I make the sum function that's called by HOG feature and the parameter is image. Yeah. So in this function, there's for looping. So the for depends on the image quantity. Yes, the feature will be looping for the HOG feature extraction, like to reshape the image, and the orientation is 9 pixel per cells is 4 by 4, cells per block is 2 by 2, and block norm is L2 norm, and return the features with NumPy array format. And we call that function on this program, yeah, HOG feature, and the image is xtrain and xtest, and save it to this variable xtrain hop and xtest hop, like that. And then after we extract the feature for each image in dataset, in train and also the test, we can make sure the data shape, yeah, not only the data quantity but the shape. Yeah, there is 2080 train dataset, and the shape is this, and also with the test. Okay, we continue the classification process. In the classification, we will use the supervector machine as the classification algorithm, and we should to change the default SVM parameter like kernel type, regularization, or C and gamma, and measuring the training process, and use grid search techniques to find the best performance of the SVM classification. So the next step is classification. The first thing that I do in classification is to declare a lot of the parameter that we need to SVM classifier, yeah, like regularization, kernel, and gamma. This parameter will be enter to the grid search process, that is to find the optimal parameter to best accuracy of the SVM classifier. And this process is to declare the SVM object, and this program is to fit the grid search parameter. So as the result of this process is the best parameter of the SVM, like C is 100, the kernel type is RBF, the degree is 3, and the gamma scale, and so on. And after we get the best result from the grid search, we can save it to some variable that's best model, and continue to the next step is evaluation. Yeah, we should to evaluate the learning result to the training dataset and test dataset, and the performance metrics will be like accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score. And we can jump to the program. The first thing that I do is to make the object of leave one out function is LOO, and I make some variable that's EA_pred train to call to save the result of cross-fault predict from this parameter, and also to the test. And after this process finish, yeah, this process take a long time, and we can plot the confusion matrix from the train. Yeah, as you can see, maybe there is some error, like this predict and also this, and and the accuracy is about 84%, and I think it's good. But if we test the model for the test data, it's not good as the train test, as the train accuracy. Yeah, as you can see, this is the confusion matrix from the data test, and the accuracy is only 72% accuracy. And we can see the F1 score, the precision, and the recall for each classes. And we can test the SVM model to the randomly image that I take from the test dataset. Yeah. There are 12 images, and we can see the predict and the true is all of the images have the true predict, right predict. There's no error. Yeah. If we can run it again, yeah, it's same. There's no error, and also same like before. There's no error, and yeah, that's the result of from this process. And thank you. Sorry if there's a mistake, and good afternoon.